You are tuning in to Unboxing the Business with Supes. How are y'all doing tonight? Welcome, welcome. It is August 10th, and yes, you are tuning in to Unboxing the Business with Supes. I have an exciting night for you tonight. We have an entrepreneur we're going to be talking to, and we're going to talk a little bit about product development and that process. My guest has an incredible product. I can't wait to share her story with you, her information, and her product. But before we do that, I just want to bring you all a little New Jersey business news. So, for those that may not know, if you have a small business in New Jersey and you're struggling with your lease, there's an emergency assistance grant available, a $6 million NJRA program that allows businesses in 64 eligible municipalities that have been adversely impacted by COVID-19 to apply for grants of up to $10,000 to assist with lease payments. The program is targeted to businesses with 5,000 square feet or lease space or less, and provides grants to tenants leasing commercial space in mixed-use buildings. Tenant leasing space in commercial buildings and tenants leasing space to operate a storefront business. So the application's open today. So if you Google it, you'll find it. But if you want to hit me up directly, feel free. You can inbox me, and I will make sure that you get connected to the right information. Okay. So without further ado, I'm doing a little bit of housekeeping here. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you all to my guest. I'm just going to give you a little bit. I'm going to actually have her, fill us in quite a bit on what her entrepreneurial journey has been, and uh, give you some information about her business. But tonight we have with us Elise Bond Hill of Enlighten Company, and she is a mom, a business owner. Her business is focused on health and wellness for the body, inside and out. And without further ado, I am going to bring Elise in. Hello there. I wrote it down as your name is Ellie Bond Hill, but Elise, introduce yourself to our guest here on Unboxing a Business with Supes. Uh-oh, I can't hear you, Elise. Let's see. I don't have your audio. Oh,
Is this better?
that's so much better. We hear you loud and clear. Welcome to Unboxing the Business with Supes. It's so
I'll take
great
my
to
headphones
have
off.
you. Can you share a little bit with our audience about who you are and your business?
Yes. So my name is Elise Hill. I go by Ellie Bond Hill, and I own and created the company Enlighten Co., which is a wellness company for women and mothers involved since I've had clients and they've spoken to me and they spoke so low of themselves. So I wanted to create something that would help them to feel better about themselves and also to make time for themselves as mothers. Because I've been a mother now for 14 months.
Yes.
And it's it's a new world, definitely. And with COVID and everything, I don't want to go back to an establishment. I want to stay home with him. So that also helped me to put my foot on the gas to be able to sustain myself at home with Enlighten Co.
So prior to developing your business, did you have any background in business? Did you, um, what was your background?
My background actually is in hospitality management. That's what I went to college for. So I worked in a hotel with the sales
Hmm.
team, and I helped create rates that we see when we purchase rooms from hotels.
Okay.
And I actually got into a really bad car accident in 2012, and that's what actually shifted me from corporate world and hospitality to creating something in personal training. So when I had that car accident, I was hit by a Mack truck,
Whoa.
and I was told that I wouldn't be able to walk, and I already had a bad back from scoliosis. And I actually found a really good physical therapist, and he took his time and he helped me get back on my feet, literally. And
Wow.
then I found a really good personal trainer who helped strengthen me mentally and physically. So I felt that was now my service to help other people, even if they haven't been in a car accident, to feel better about themselves through working out and eating well.
Wow. I think that's phenomenal. You know, you didn't let it stop you. It actually took you to another level. Well,
Yes.
the one thing that just impresses me about your brand, I mean, the product itself is wonderful. I actually received your product as a gift, and I absolutely loved it. I received a shea butter, oil, um, a perfume, and I loved it, loved it, loved it.
Yes.
Matter of fact, it's almost time for me to re up. But as I look at your product line, tell us about the process in how you developed your product line from choosing the look of it, the style, your graphics. What was that process like for say somebody else that is thinking of launching their business but they don't quite know where to start with the product that they have?
It was actually an evolution. So the branding that I have now is new. I just changed from what I had, and it was trial and error. I definitely just wanted to put something out because I was creating things for myself and people kept taking it from my house. I was like, maybe I need to try to sell this because people love it. It started with the candles. So the candles came out last year when I was pregnant because I loved candles already, but the candles from the stores are making me nauseous.
Mm.
And I'm a crafty person. I like to say that I'm a crafty person. So I tried to figure out how to make my own candles. So I looked up what was most healthy and then I tried it and I failed. I failed at first. And my candles wouldn't light. I had wicks, excuse me, and they wouldn't burn. And I figured it out. And then I started experimenting with different fragrances. And then I was like, okay, I feel confident. Now I'm going to try to sell some of these. And that's how the evolution of the candles became. And then I cut my hair off, like all of it, like new me. I'm a mom, so I cut my hair off. And then my husband was like, no, grow your hair back. So I was like, okay. So I made a hair oil and I looked up, I just did my research. Research is the first step. You have to do research and then try it before you give it to other people
Hmm.
and then give it to your friends and see if it works. And then from there, you try to send it to the market and you allow them to basically tell you if it's good or not. I've had fragrances with my candles that people just didn't like, and I'm not going to continue creating them and putting my money into it if it doesn't sell. So I believe you got shea and coconut. That's like a top seller. People love shea and coconut. So I made
Yeah.
sure to put shea and coconut in everything and then allow people to experience the brand from there.
You know what
So
I love about that as a small business owner, you know, the research, your market research, listening to what the customer base is telling you that they like and love, and giving them more of that, and not being married to something that you love but is not bringing you the overall feedback or the overall product sales that you're looking for. And I think that's so important because I find that with small businesses, if we're not plugged in to what the customer base is telling us, we can be out of business very quickly, very
absolutely.
quickly. And the investment that goes into the creation of your product, the look, your branding. I mean, I just think you have hit a home run in
Yeah.
every area. In
Thank
every
you.
area.
I haven't seen like, I see it slowly picking up, but it's not where I want it to be. So I know I have more work to do and I'm willing to put in that work. So I know it's going to be a journey. So
So
I'm willing to put in that work.
what other brands, what other items do you have? So we talked about the candles. There's the shea butter that I love. Oh, that the what you explained about the hair growth serum.
Yes.
I gotta try that one.
Yes.
What else do you have? What other
I
fragrances?
also have a mango butter lip balm, which is all natural, and I have different fragrances. That's actually coming out. That's a sneak. That's coming out next month.
Okay.
And we're gonna have a mango fragrance, well, taste, as well as eucalyptus and mint. So those are the two that I'm going to start with. And then if people love it and it excels, then I'll definitely put out more fragrances.
Well, I need all that. Yes, I need all
Yes,
that.
all natural. Everything is handmade. Currently, still in my kitchen. I'm taking over my dining room. I call it my office,
hmm
and that's where I work. That's where I currently am.
Um, Now I saw on your website smoothies. Is that just part of what you do for you, or the wellness
Sorry.
part? The I saw that you were creating some smoothies that look quite delicious. Is that just something you do for
Smoothies.
you, or
That's a part of my wellness side. So, wellness from the inside out, eating well and working out and moving your body, that is the wellness aspect of it. So, I'm also a personal trainer and I'm certified in pre and postnatal. So, I work with women that are pregnant, planning on getting pregnant, after their pregnancy. So, I work with that. And nutrition is a large part of the recovery process as well as getting results, even just working out. So, I try to put some tips and hints out there for people who maybe don't want a personal trainer, but they're like, I want to be healthy. So what can I do? So I try to give those resources complimentary. So I do
wow?
juicing and I do that personally
Mm-hmm.
and I send them out there. I post them. People seem to love them.
They look
And I'm coming
incredible.
out with food next.
Okay. What
Yeah.
do you look? What are you thinking about in terms of the food?
Food wise, I'm just going to do all different meals for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And then
Okay.
also educate people on how to eat at a calorie deficit if they want to lose weight. So, a calorie deficit is we have a certain amount of calories that our body burns without doing anything. So, if you want to lose weight, you need to eat below that number. So, I'm going to educate people on how to find that number and then also different meals with the caloric intake on it so
Mm-hmm.
that you can mix and match and get your goals and hit your goals.
Wow. You're like a mini encyclopedia over there. Learning a great deal. Um, any uh, Along with the personal training, um, if someone is looking for products or looking to connect with you in reference to the personal training, what's the best way for them to reach you?
There are two options. You can either go on Facebook or Instagram. Both of the handles are Enlighten Co. That is spelled INLIGHTINCO, no spaces. And you can find recipes, you can find workouts. Workouts are coming, as well as all of the products and motivation.
Mm. Well, I definitely look forward to connecting with you on that. Um, I want to go back and talk about the product. Now, in terms of determining or defining your market, what was your process for that? Was it friends and family to begin with, or once you got into a rhythm, how did you determine what your target market was going to be?
I determined my target market by the people that I wanted to help. So I kept saying it was a hard decision to figure out my target market because I wanted to help everyone,
Oh
but
yeah.
I can't create
Mm-hmm.
something for everyone. Someone's always going to not like it or they're going to want a particular way. So I'm like, okay, let me figure out how I can help my people. And my people are mommies and
Mm-hmm.
women. And I am that and I can relate to that. So I felt that I was the most knowledgeable about that group.
I think that in terms of anybody that has a product that they're, bringing, to the market, that is probably where you got to start. Number one, defining what your target market is,
Absolutely.
and then figuring out how you're going to reach them. And we
Yes.
talked about how you got the validation for your product. Just listening to your customer, getting the feedback of what they liked, maybe what they didn't like, and determining what you were going to bring to the market. Now, how did you make your product stand out?
I made my product stand out one by knowing my market and knowing what need I wanted to fill. So I felt that people were being too hard on themselves when I was training them. So I wanted to give them light. And that's how the candles came into place. Like you light up the candle, the labels are clear so that you read the affirmation that's on the candles, and it helps instill in you greatness. So one of my candles are called I Am Enough. And sometimes, as a new mommy, or even just someone who's multitasking all the time, you may get lost and you may not feel like you're doing enough. But usually, you're doing more than enough, you're going above and beyond. So it's just to remind you that you are enough.
Wow. I didn't even think of that component of it, how you've tied just the whole picture, how you've brought the product, how you're speaking to people mentally, emotionally,
Yes,
as well as their physical.
absolutely. I feel like that's whole wellness. So some trainers only concern themselves with working you out. And then you have a nutritionist that only does nutrition. I wanted to include all of that and then also create complementing ideas and products so that you have a full wellness package. Like I want you to feel better after you leave me or after you experience one of my products. So that's my purpose. That's why I create what I create. Like we need to smell. Smelling is magical. Like we eat with our nose and then our eyes and then our mouth. So when you
Hmm.
smell something wonderful, it kind of uplifts you. So that's how that started there as well.
So when it came to finding a name for your company, was
Yeah,
that a process? Was that difficult?
that was a process. I remember I was in the gym with clients and just like bouncing names off of them and asking them like what stuck out, what sounded good. And they're like, no, I don't get it. Like I wanted to say a name and I wanted them to like understand what I was trying to say. So in light in co. So it's like the light within you shines bright. So that's what enlighten co. That's how enlighten co came, like the light within you. And I want that light to shine bright because most people's, well, not most, but some people's light are a little dim and they need a little lighting and a little love. And that's what Enlighten Co is all about. So, wellness from the inside out. You have to feel good about yourself. And when you work out, you usually do feel good about yourself or better about yourself. When you eat well, you feel better about yourself. When you have clean products, you feel better about yourself. So, it's all about enriching and feeling good from the inside out.
Yeah, it absolutely is, especially, in challenging times. You
Absolutely.
figure out how you need to pull yourself up and be able to operate even when things aren't what we're used to them being. With that being said, have you had to change or pivot your strategy with, COVID-19 being, amongst us, and, you know, how life has had to change for really the country, the world?
Luckily, I've been blessed to be able to work from home and I've adapted. Adapting is a big thing. I've adapted to the situation. So, with my clients, I do a lot of virtual training. And then, once things loosened up a little bit, I've started doing park trainings, but with social distancing and wiping down everything and not using too much equipment. So that's how I've adapted with personal training. And then my store is home based, which is great. So as long as I market online and I talk to my customers and I work that, then everything's okay. But I've been blessed to be able to continue working from home. So I haven't felt it too bad.
Um, would you say, or do you know, what's your time frame when you decide that you're going to launch a new product?
When
From
people continuously ask me for something that I don't have, and when random people ask me for the same thing over and over and over again, then I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, maybe I need to look into how to create that. So, something that I'm thinking about that I haven't quite decided to do or not are reef diffusers, because some people tell me that they're scared of flames, so
Mhm.
they won't light a candle, but they enjoy the smell of the candle.
Oh.
So I think a reef diffuser would be ideal to supplement that without the flame, and they can still enjoy the ambiance of the fragrance. So listening to what random people tell me in different scenarios, like, why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? If I hear the same thing over and over again, then I began to think about how can I incorporate that, or does that align with my mission and my message, and how can I create it?
I think I just love everything about you, Elise. I just from the product to the concept, your purpose. I mean, your business is really your heart,
Yes.
and it just encompasses so much, really from head to toe, inside and out. Now, I am 16 years postpartum. My baby is 16, so I'm the mother of eight, six which have come through this body. I wish I'd had you a long time ago, but even as I'm growing older, and I don't know, what the range of your clients are. Um, how do you put a plan together when you have an individual that you're training? What's the concept in that? What's the dialogue, or how do you prepare them to work with you?
Okay. So, first, after you have a baby, you are forever postpartum. So I can help you still. Forever postpartum. Once your body goes through that journey, it is forever changed.
Yes.
So yes,
I feel
I can
that.
definitely still work with you. We can still work out. But I do a fitness evaluation before I begin anything.
Mhm.
So that evaluation includes a conversation of your goals and how you expect to get there. And then I do a movement assessment, which is I see how your body moves. And then we create a custom plan from there. So my background, aside from personal training, is physical therapy because I've gone through a lot of physical therapy. So balancing our imbalances is where I normally begin. So one side of our body is usually stronger than the other. So I work on balancing that imbalance as well as creating more range of motion. So as we walk, as we move our bodies, our muscles shrink and they get tight.
Mhm.
So I work on releasing that and correcting all of those problems before we begin strength training. So that's my approach. I do my eval, I see what your goals are, and then I give you the best plan to reach your goals. And then we agree upon it, and then we get to the trenches.
Uh oh. No pain, no gain.
That's
Well, y- please tell our listeners what again how they can find you. How can they learn more about your products? How can they connect?
Yes, so a great place to start is my website, which is enlightenco.com. And from there, you can connect to everything else. So the website address is enlighten, INLIGHTINCO.com. And from there, you can find your personal training in nutrition. You can find all of my products from candles to um, sorry, from candles to uh, my lip balms that are coming out soon, as well
This
as the hair growth oil. And I also have body shimmer, which is a body oil that shimmers so you get your glow on.
oh,
Yes,
I gotta try that one.
yes.
The shea
As well
butter.
as nutrition. So all of that is on there.
Okay, great. Well, I want to thank you so much for being with me tonight, unboxing the business with us, taking us
Thank
through the
you.
steps of how you delivered your product to the market, how you listened to the consumer, and how you're building. I can't wait to talk to you a year from now when you probably have that deal with Target or whatever is next. I can't wait to sit down and unbox what that journey is going to be like for you. I'm excited to see your growth. I love how you support other women and what you're doing, and I look forward to just more, just more. So
Thank
everybody,
you.
make sure you go check out. And you also can find Ellie Bond Hill on Facebook and
Yes.
Enlightened Co on Facebook. So please seek her out. Um, Check out her services and her products. All incredible. I'm a user and I love it. So thank you again so much for tuning in and unboxing the business with Supes. I appreciate you and I look forward to more in the future.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I just want to let you know as we say goodbye to Ellie that if you would like to support what we do here at BKS1 Radio, feel enlightened to support us. Uh, go right ahead. Our Cash App is the $ BKSENT. We thank you for your support. We appreciate you tuning into us, and we'll be back next Monday, 7:30 to 8, unboxing the business with Supes. All right. So you guys keep it locked on BKS1 Radio. More to come.